Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, my friend. I'm fine.
Excellent,
Yes,
excellent.
yes.
So I get to have a little chat with you and ask a few questions.
Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. Far away.
Excellent. All right, first question.
Yeah.
Do you train 3 times a week?
I try to do 20 sessions a month.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So it depends. Some weeks it can be 6 times. Some weeks it can be 4 times. Some weeks it can be every day. So it all depends on my schedule.
Yeah.
But I try to my program is 20 sessions a month, basically. Yeah.
Do you have anything specific that you work
No,
towards?
I try. No, just now it's just maintaining really.
Overall health?
Maintaining, yeah. Keeping her. I mean, there's no passion to go into the gym and try and go for PBs anymore.
Yeah.
Those days are over. So now it's just I'm having fun with training.
Yeah.
So I don't have okay, right, I'm going to go in there with a set goal. This. No. Just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the goal. That's very important.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people really get taken away with
Yeah.
these PBs and having to lift this. And
I think it's the age we're in now, obviously, with obviously all the CrossFit stuff and Instagram and Facebook, people showing how much they're lifting. So it's like, wow, it's that craze.
Yeah.
But nah.
I heard an interesting commentator a couple of days ago on a podcast was speaking about the way that we should be thinking about our exercise.
Okay.
And you mentioned earlier before this talk that the guidelines are pretty much 3 times a week gym activity, and I think in the guidelines it says as well half an hour of moderate exercise a day.
Yeah.
But then you made an interesting point of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's what triggered me to remember this commentator, because he was speaking about that. Traditionally, ultimately, we have as being humans, we've woken up in the morning.
Yeah.
We've gone out. We've scavenged for food, or probably ate last night's leftovers in the crockery pot on top of the fire. And then we go out and do our regular tasks for the day.
Yeah.
Going back a few hundred years ago, it was obviously farming and that sort of thing.
Sure.
Or working in a factory.
Sure.
Industrial Revolution time. And then you'd have your food, and then you'll go back doing physical exercise again.
Yeah.
Or physical labour, one could say. Why don't we train? Why don't we move like that 3 times a day anymore?
I think that with the onset of technology that we mentioned before and the lifestyle we live today, we've put ourselves into a box. This is how it works. You work from 9 to 5, then of course you've got to fit everything around that. Yeah. So that flexibility is gone nowadays. It's gone. So I mean, and obviously a lot of the research that we have out there is a lot of it is based on the Western world.
Okay.
On the Western lifestyle, on how we lived, or how people lived in this region hundreds, thousands of years ago, where there was little food. Yeah. There wasn't so much food. But of course, in other parts of the world, there was food. You just pick it off the tree. So we didn't have that lifestyle. So obviously that's. So I mean, again, it's traditions, it's cultures, it's different regions of the world. But we are focused on how things were in the West.
Yeah.
That's our philosophy, right? So obviously it's not like that all over the world. It hasn't been like that all over the world. So I mean, for me, nutrition-wise, maybe Daniel wouldn't like me saying this, but my way of eating, I eat when I'm hungry. Yeah.
Eat when the body tells you to eat.
That's it.
Yeah.
Obviously now, when I was training heavily, then it's different.
Yes.
Then obviously it's different. I need fuel to go and train, and I need to fuel to recover after the training.
Prepare.
So of course it's different. But for regular people, I class myself as a regular person. I eat when I'm hungry. So if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, I don't feel like breakfast, I don't eat breakfast.
Okay.
Why should I eat if I'm not hungry?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. My
body doesn't need food. Why am I going to eat? Because it's 8 o'clock. So the world says you should eat breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not hungry.
Exactly.
So why should I eat? So. Like you said, horses for courses.
Horses for courses.
Like we're saying, it doesn't. One thing doesn't work for everybody. But if it works for you, do it. Do it.
No, so almost tailor your eating and training around your life and what you need, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, I agree with that
exactly.
completely. Do you feel that a lot of people going into a gym are going in blind these
Definitely, yeah. Going in with not just blind, mate, going in blind and deaf.
days? Blind and deaf.
Yeah. Because they're not listening to the body,
Yeah.
hence the deafness, and blind, they're not seeing that what they're doing isn't working. Or you're just following what someone else is doing blindly.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's about seeing.
Where did this come from?
It comes from the health and fitness industry, basically putting things that are set in stone. You must do this. This is what's going to get you your result, and then people following that and ignoring all the other aspects of what works or doesn't work for them.
Yeah. So one could say maybe the disengagement from oneself.
Yes.
Has led to this follow the leader attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So seeing someone in great shape, right, I'm going to follow that guy's program. But number one, you don't know if that program is actually what that guy used to get into shape, because you didn't train with him. You just put it there.
That's true.
Number two, you don't know, what extreme nutrition program he's following to get him into that shape or her into that shape. And is it going to work for you?
Yeah. Yeah, funny you mentioned that. I actually had a friend once who got a copy of the 300 training program. The actors.
Everyone was like, everyone was like
exciting.
downloading that program, man.
Yeah, exciting time to be alive, actually.
Yeah.
But I remember he was a lawyer.
Okay, all right.
And a fit lawyer. He started to develop this program or work with this program.
Yeah.
And he ended up hitting the wall.
Okay.
Because I put it down to his mental state was being so stressed at work, then stressing the body so much in the gym, just perfect explosion.
Sure.
Do you find that sort of thing with a number of your clients? They head down that road where they don't take into account their family life or their work life?
Yeah, when they come to you in the beginning, a lot of my clients are on that pathway. You know, it's like the work has taken over. The family life is out of balance, so you're getting stress from all angles, all angles, and then of course you have your own internal stress added to that.
Yes. And
obviously stress is obviously just the baddest hormone you can release in the body. Stress triggers off so many other aspects, that are obviously very negative for the mental and physical health of the body. So obviously it's getting people out of that pathway, especially in today's society again that we talk about, this fast track, philosophy we have today. It's like
7-minute abs.
And wanting everything now, and then, killing ourselves for 10, 11 months of the year to then go on for a 4-week vacation where you can't really relax because you're so worried about what you're missing when you come back.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now you had that. Okay, now I can't wait to get back to work, but you should be relaxing and enjoying yourself, and just letting work go.
Okay.
So a lot of these people, they have that mentality that is they're trying to fit 34 hours into a 24-hour day.
Yeah. And we're all guilty of it.
You're just going to kill yourself, and very, very early. Even if you might live long, you're killing yourself internally. Internally. So it's trying to get people to wake up, basically. Yeah. And obviously.
And is that part of the reason why you started 21st Century?
It's part of the reason. It's part of the reason, but it's also
background philosophy.
It's also and it's also that we're now in this age of 21st century, and we need to understand the 21st century issues that are ahead of us, and will continue to get worse unless people with a mindset who come in to solve the 21st century problems. So one is to be educated in the 21st century way, that we can deal with the 21st century problems. Basically, obviously we're not eating the way we ate 10 years ago. We're not working out the way we worked out 10 years ago. We're not relaxing the way we used to work. Relax 10 years ago. Now we have this technology, the iPhone, these Android phones, and sitting down all the time. All the time, So I mean, it's there's some great things about the health and fitness industry. Some great things. There's more people who are health aware and health conscious than what there was, because there's so much information. Right. So when I go to the gym now, I see like 12, 13, 14-year-old kids working out. The gyms have opened up their facilities for young teenagers to come and work out. So great. There's an increase of teenage social problems. So working out is a great way to release that testosterone and that, you know,
Yeah.
that puberty pains.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great way to work out. But the problem is there's no supervision.
Mm. That little thing.
So you're getting 13, 14-year, 15-year-old girls and guys going into the gym with no idea what to do, but they've seen something on Instagram. They've seen maybe an older brother or sister give them a program, and they're going there by themselves in groups to work out. And you see them and it's awful. It's good that they're there, but there's no supervision, there's no guidance.
Because when you take into the concept of mere social interaction between teenagers, it's all about wanting to be accepted, all about wanting to impress, etc. And we've all been teenagers. We all know where that ends up.
Exactly.
Or can end up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's great that they're being more health conscious. But obviously, you could take a 30, 40-year-old guy who goes to the gym, he's been going to the gym on a regular basis. He or she is still doing it wrong. They need help of a trainer. Now imagine a 13, 14, 15-year-old teenager who has never worked out with free weights before Olympic bars, going in there doing deadlifts. I mean, it's not gonna be good.
No, it can't.
You know, it can't, right?
Can't end well.
No.
Anyway.
So there's no supervision, there's no guidance, there's no one there to say, right, okay, this is. So what is going to happen is that this generation who are working out now, think what's going to happen to them in 10 years' time. Think what problems they're going to be coming to you with.
Oh, I can imagine.
You know, you can imagine.
Yeah.
If people in their 40s who have been training for many years are still doing it wrong because they never had the right guidance from a quality trainer, but have been training for 20 years, now teenagers are going into the gym with absolutely no idea and no base. So 20 years ago it was machines. We worked out in machines, so there was some degree of security.
Yeah.
Then it became functional. But these guys are coming into the function area with Olympic bars, all these great things on YouTube and Instagram, and now you're going in there to work on these programs at your young age. Should even be working out.
And I was going to say 12, 13-year-olds, they shouldn't be lifting free weights.
Should be even lifting out free weights without any supervision also. So you can imagine what's going to be happening to the developing body, to the bone structure. You can imagine what's going to happen in 10, 15 years' time to those people. They're going to be wondering, why have I got pains? Why are my joints? Why so early?
Yeah.
Well, what were you doing so early to damage your body in the first place? You see my point? So the gyms are not catering for, right, you've opened the doors for the younger generation to come in, right, because it's all health awareness now, health conscious. Great. But where's the supervision?
Okay.
Where's the dedication?
So two things lead on from that for me. The first one is essentially, would you suggest to the PT, potential PT trainers out there that come through 21st century, would you be suggesting to them that work on those good habits of people? Look at the good habits first of all.
Yes.
And then just guide and direct.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the main role.
Definitely. Yeah. Always for me, encourage.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to the gym and not hanging out on the sofa playing with the computer games. Yeah. Or the fact that they're going to the gym and not going to the pub and having 10 beers. You know, the fact that they're there is great. That's a starting point.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect.
they're there.
Yeah.
Now while they're there,
use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now while they're
Engage
there,
with the client.
get them to be there and use that time that they're there effectively.
Yeah.
So that it can help all the other aspects. So if there's a teenager, right, when you come into the gym to work out, what you're going to get from it is going to help you at school.
Yeah.
It's going to help you in your social connections with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to help your self-esteem.
Sit up straight.
It's going to help your mental aspect. You know, you're going to feel more confident and all that kind of stuff. So use that platform that they're there as a starting point. Yeah, that's why I think that we have to educate and get people to understand why you go to the gym. You don't go to the gym because you saw something, you saw this guy or this girl on Instagram with 10,000 followers. I want to be like that. No, you're going to the gym for your reasons. Yeah. Understand why. Don't follow someone else's path.
Yep.
Find your path.
Yep.
And if you've got a good trainer, he's going to help you or she's going to help you find that path.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, I couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah.
Really said well.
But it's just a challenge we face because, you know, there's so many influences, so many distractions.
That exactly that cue is where it leads me to the next point, is that the influencing factor that we have on our society today, do you think that that's being shown because people are becoming so specific in their training programs that they want to either be an Olympic sprinter, an ice hockey player in the NHL, Euro footballer, etc., etc.
Yeah.
What sort of time frame would you be saying that, or what sort of age should you be when you specify which direction you want to go to? You're a previous professional athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, do you wish you got into sport-specific training earlier, or do you feel that you could have waited longer, maybe?
It's a hard one, because the times, of course, so when I was starting with football, was the first sport I was really like into in the early 80s. So there wasn't this. So yeah, we did football in the winter. Then we did we did rugby in the winter.
Yeah.
We did football in the spring, and then we did athletics in the summer. So it wasn't like we did football all year round, right? Yeah. So we were doing multiple sports, but maybe football was something that you did at weekends and you played with your friends and stuff like that. Yeah. But there wasn't this intensity around the training. We didn't go to the gym. We just play football, right? Play football. That was our way of getting better at football. So all the strength training part of it, put some push-ups here and there, but nothing like it is today, right? So I mean, if I had done that, I probably would have been a better player.
Okay.
Because obviously all that is necessary to become a great football player, not just playing football. So obviously the science behind the sports science today obviously captures everything with the nutrition also.
Yeah.
It captures everything, okay, so when to eat, what to eat, how to eat, and then how to train, what type of training, the stretching, we never stretched.
Yeah.
We didn't stretch. Ball stretching, that's for some crazy people.
For hippies, yoga hippies.
Exactly. So we never stretched. But today, of course, we know the importance of stretching and these kind of aspects, So if it had been today, I would have been a better player, sure. So when my son is like 13 now, so obviously he has me as a resource that covers so many aspects for him. So of course he gets everything he needs, and then when he wants the specific football training, he goes and trains with a football club. But I still work on him as an individual, because football's a team sport. Yeah. So obviously he needs to be individually good, so that he can be part of a team where all are individually good and blend into a team, right? So then from there, obviously, when I went into more individual sports like boxing and then athletics, where I made my main success, what I noticed was that, I came into athletics when I was 22, more or less when you should be peaking, or at least on the way to peaking. I came as a rookie, and I was being beaten by guys who were young teenagers, who were like 13, 14, because they had been training specifically, right? Yeah. So they were beating me. Yeah. And I mean, they used to laugh when I said, okay, well, okay, why you beat me today? Well, I'm going to train harder. I'm going to get better at this. So within a year or two, I'm beating them, and then they are not progressing. Yeah. Because they've hit their level of training too early, too soon. Yeah. So by the time they're 16, that's it. They don't get any faster. So they don't have what we call a schoolboy career, but that's not your aim. Your aim is to have an international career, Yeah. So I started when I was 22, but by the time I was 25, I was running for England and running internationally. These guys who were 13, 14, that were beating me when I was 22, didn't get any faster than
when they hit their 22.
No, they were like getting worse. Okay. And then they quit, because obviously you're not getting any faster. You quit. Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to say whether you should start early or late. Maybe with some sports, it is good to start early because there's so much technical aspects behind it.
Tennis, golf.
Exactly. Yeah. But maybe with some sports, with like running, running is running. Maybe you shouldn't start training heavy when you're 11, 12 years old, because running is running. Your body will naturally develop, you'll naturally get quicker. The taller you go, the longer stride you have.
And I guess
coordination
as you're growing up as a teenager, if there's any teenagers listening to this, then from my personal experience, and I would hypothesize from yours as well, is that the more different things you can do prepares the body for the ultimate goal.
Exactly. And obviously the thing, like for example, like there are some sports like football which are quite multi-sport anyway, because you run a lot in football. So you're going to run different directions. Yeah, you're going to do some strength training. So you're going to work on your strength at that time, body weight strength and stuff like that. You're going to work on your coordination, your hand-to-eye coordination. You must see the ball coming. You must move. So some sports, you are interconnected.
Yeah.
You know, some sports are not. So you know, the more you can do without, at such a young age, being sports specific training, because you're gonna peak too soon when it comes to sport. You're gonna peak too soon. So, and I think sometimes a lot of parents put a lot of pressure on the kids.
Yeah.
Especially if they have talent, right? You push,
Yeah.
and then they get to the teenage age and they don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
So you know, it's
the cool kid on Instagram doing something else.
Exactly. Now. So I mean, I was fortunate. I was really fortunate to, especially with athletics. You know, I trained with Olympic gold medalists and European gold medalists and World Championship gold medalists. I mean, we training side by side. You know, we're under the same coach. You know, so it's like you're in that aura of presence of someone who has achieved the highest pinnacle. People have achieved the highest pinnacle in your sport. So you're feeding off them. You know, you're feeding off the coach, obviously, but you're also feeding off the people you're training with. You're listening to how they speak, how they plan and prepare their lifestyle, how they structure things, how they handle disappointments. You know, you're in that environment. You're in that environment.
So you're also developing yourself in an awareness way.
Yeah.
By being aware of how others are feeling and how they cope with the triumphs and the tribulations.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And the training and the intensity of the training, the intensity of competition, and the intensity of having to perform. You're in that environment. You know, you know, it's like you can't not pick up off the energy.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously then as you're sucking that all in, then you're educating yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're listening to the coach, and then you listen to how the coach is helping you develop. But at the same time, you're you're in a competitive environment. So even though you're training together, you're also trying to beat each other. You know, but so you know you're on edge all the time. You know, so you're in that environment. It's so intense, but it's so educational. Because if you can handle that, then you know you can more or less handle anything.
That's beautiful.
Especially when it's something like 100 meters. Because it's over like in 10 seconds. So a couple of mistakes and that's it.
Yeah, one or two breaths.
You lost the race. You
know? So it truly is.
Yeah. So I remember sometimes just being on the line. Obviously, everyone's on the line, and you can literally feel the tension. You could smell the sweat of the people around you. You could feel the tension, and it's like you just got to have so much mental focus that you don't get distracted. And they're trying to put you off. You know, the same things about your mum.
Oh, there's sledging in.
Yeah. What
100 meters dash.
Yeah. Because they're trying to throw you off your, you know, get you out of your zone. Anything that they can do to get you out of your zone. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, so sometimes you hear the trash talk that goes on in boxing because it's you hear it, but you know, in the press conference. But you hear it now. You're hearing it on the line. You know, you're hearing it, and there's people walking past you saying things, and you're rubbish. You're gonna lose. Your mum's this and this that. Anything they do to throw you off. And sometimes they walk past you and hit you with a. Jesus. Or take your starting blocks and throw it to the side. Yeah. All crazy things just to get you out of your rhythm. So you're in that environment, you know, and sometimes I said I was fortunate enough to be in that environment. I'm fortunate enough to be trained and be training with people of that caliber, because obviously when you come into what I would call the regular world, like you mentioned a bit earlier, but when you come into the regular world, you just know how much you can take. You know you can take much more than what people think you can.
Agreed.
Yeah, but obviously if you haven't been prepared for that, then the first sign of trouble, you're going to run away.
Yeah.
The first challenge that you feel, right, this is too much, you're going to back off.
And you experience the anxiety, the physical walking away.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, once you've been in that, you know, you've been in that hotbed of emotion, you know, you can more or less handle anything. You know,
brilliant. Yeah. It's a little bit of like an immersion.
Yeah.
The uncomfortable zone.
Exactly. So you should never fear the uncomfortable zone. And that's one of the things that I think from living in Sweden that I've come to notice, that people are so secure in their secureness. The first sign of trouble, the first thing that doesn't go their way, bam, self-esteem goes, self-confidence goes, and they start to fade away.
Yeah,
start to fade away.
Yeah,
fade away.
There is nothing. Absolutely nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable, with feeling a bit of anxious.
No.
I remember really good philosopher told me, stated once,
Yeah.
the difference between excitement and being scared is perception.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were on the 100-meter starting line blocks,
Yeah.
you could have been feeling either one.
Yeah, exactly.
Excitement.
Exactly.
You were feeling the same symptoms.
Yeah.
Sweatiness, elevated heart rate,
Yeah.
little bit stomach feeling.
Yeah.
Bit of shakiness.
Yeah.
It's all excitement
It's all,
and
exactly.
anxiety at the same time.
I mean, talking about philosophy, I mean, it's like, I can't remember the guy who said it now, but, a great philosopher, he said, the difference between, how did he articulate it? He said that everyone feels fear. Everyone feels fear. But the difference between a champion and a loser is courage. Both feel fear.
That's true.
But one allows the fear to throw him off balance and get him off track. But one, the winner, says, right, embraces it. So courage is, courage and fear, everyone feels fear. You think the champion doesn't feel fear? Of course he feels fear.
Yeah.
It's the fear of losing, the fear of, and everything that comes with losing. But it's like, I'm still going to take that risk. I'm still going to take that challenge.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'll never know.
That's true.
But on the flip side, it's like, I don't do it. Well, then how are you going to grow? How are you going to grow?
So would you say that's, I'm slightly off my questions here, but this is an interesting conversation, so we'll keep rolling on it. So would you say to the typical young 20-year-old person out there who's looking to get into this health fitness industry, that wants to take on 20 clients a week in a gym, whether it's Nordic Wellness or whether it's a private dusty old boxing gym, would you say that that's one big thing that you must translate into your clients, is that failure is okay? Not winning, not setting your PB on the day you thought you would. It's all okay.
It's all okay. Just learn the lessons from it and improve. There's always room for improvement if you're willing to put yourself in a position to improve.
Okay.
So there is, like Bruce Lee said, there is no limits. There are no limits. The limits is when you say, right, I had enough. I'm not going to push anymore. I'm not going to study anymore. I'm not going to improve anymore. Then, all right, then you set the limit. That's it. Now you're limited. But there's always something that you can improve upon. There's always that's why you have players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Serena Williams, all these great people that we say are great. They're great because they continue to see, right, there's improvements I can make in my game. There's improvements I can make in my business, or there's improvements I can make in my personality. That's how they stay at the head of the pack, is a constant quest to improve. So that's why they can continue to get higher and higher and higher and higher. The minute, you stop saying, right, I had enough now, I've got everything I want, right, then you stagnated your progress. So for the guys out there, it's like, sometimes, I used to say years ago, have no fear. I just say that, I say that a lot, have no fear. No, you have fear. Have fear, but don't let the fear kill you.
Have the courage.
Don't let the fear throw you off. The fear is more of see it more as if you don't feel fear, then probably what you're doing isn't challenging enough. It's like people people saying, right, I want to start my own business, but you allow the fear of maybe the negative things happening that stops you from starting your own business, or stops you from going for promotion, or stops you from going for that job, or stops you from taking whatever it is, your driving license. What if I don't succeed? Yeah, but what if you do?
I think it's a very good lesson in this today's world to transfer.
So fear is not a bad thing. It's only bad if you let the fear kill you, kill your dreams. In that sense, kill your ambitions, kill your aspirations.
All right.
So it's
okay. So coming back down to the training you used to do for the 100-meter dash or athletics at least. Your favorite time of training, or favorite exercise in training?
The favorite time of training was always common. I used to hate training, the preparation and training. I used to hate it. I actually say I used to hate it.
So it's like block training.
No. I mean the preparation training, because people think that when you run 100 meters, you just go training and you just run 100 meters. No, you got to run you're running maybe in the winter time, pre-season training, maybe you're going to run like 3 times 800 meters to get the body physically prepared. So 3 times 800 meters to a 100-meter runner is like running long distance.
That's
right.
huge, yeah.
And you got a time second to get in, so you can't just jog around. You know, so you're running pretty fast, but in an aerobic way.
Yep.
So you're trying to build your aerobic threshold.
Yep.
Yeah. So that when you get to the Pacific training, where you're going to have to run really fast, nearly 100% for short distances, 5 or 6 times, you have the aerobic capacity to manage that, right?
Maximize it,
So you got to do the preparation work in the what we call the winter season. You know, between like November and February. That I hate. That's when you're running up. That's when you're running up hills fast. When you're doing the beach runs, you know, when you're doing all this aerobic work.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going into the gym and you're doing like 20 reps, you know, clean and jerk 20. I mean, it's painful. You know, it's painful. But you know you need to do it.
Yeah.
Because you know that when it comes to the season, if you want to run fast and not get injured and be able to run 3 races in a day, it's not just running 3 100s in a day. You got to do 1 hour training sessions before each race to get your body ready for the race. You know, so to handle all that stuff, you had to do your I hate the pre-season. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. But you know what? It made you so fucking mentally strong in your head.
Yeah.
That sometimes you put your body through so much pain, and the next day you know you have to put yourself in more pain. You understand what that means?
That's the embracing of the fear.
Yeah, you're in so much pain. You're just about walking off that running track, or you're just about walking out that gym. There was sometimes I would finish the training session, I couldn't move. I literally, I couldn't move for 2 hours because my body was seized.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing left in my body. I'd taken it all out. And then when you finally get up, get to your car, drive home and relax, you remember tomorrow, shit, I've got to do even harder session. Yeah. On the same level of quality. And there's no sympathy because you know that your training competitors,
10 other guys behind you,
they're going to be doing and if you don't do it, these guys are going to be ahead of you when it comes to competition time. So mentally, right, I've got to go back there and do it again. And it's harder. And I feel like this now, that pain, you know, that pain, you grow to love pain. Yeah, yeah. Because you know that pain is what's going to get you to compete at a very high level when it's time to compete. Beautiful. So, but you hate it, but at the same time, you grow to love it over time.
You love it at the same time. Interesting answer to the question.
but I would say that the best part of it when you stand on the standing blocks, and like you know you've done the training, and then you run and you feel the power when you run, and you feel you feel like you're running on air. You know, you feel so powerful. Yeah. That's the best feeling that you have.
Amazing.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
And I suppose maybe last question. One exercise for life.
Exercise for life. My favorite one, or one that I will say that.
If you could give one exercise to every person out there, what would it be?
I've got to say, when I was training, I would have said clean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Just working the whole body. Yeah. But it's not for everybody. So now I'll say deadlift. Okay. Yeah. From a sporting perspective, I would say clean. Yeah. Yeah. From a health fitness perspective, which I'm more into now, I say deadlift. Yeah. Yeah.
Because of so much sedentary time in people's lives.
And and obviously those 2 exercises are using so many muscle groups. So you're burning so many calories, and obviously you're multitasking so many different movements. So it's several movements in one, so you get so much out of one exercise. Okay. So obviously deadlift is like, it's just such a great compound movement. Yeah. So it's utilizing so many muscle groups, and it's utilizing so much of the brain and so much energy to go into it. So it gives you so much also strength and power and conditioning if you do it right. So for me, it's the exercise that I would say should be on everyone's hit list. Yeah. Hit list. Done correctly.
Of course.
Done correctly.
Of course. There's some ugly styles out there, but
and done if you're physically in a capable of doing it. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want someone never trained before going out to do deadlift. Yeah. We've got no preparation behind you. Yeah.
All right. Very cool.
Cool, my friend.
David, it's been great to learn a little bit more about you and
no problem,
pick your brains as well.
No problem.
I think you've had an incredible career. I think the work that you're doing with 21st Century is really grounded in some great philosophy. And
it's great to have you, guys like yourself.
Really, thank you.
That bring in your expertise, and obviously and Daniel also.
Yeah.
Cause I think with that combined, with that combined expertise and that combined knowledge and experience, we can deliver something that obviously is necessary in today's health and fitness market, basically.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the time.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, mate. You too.